Good day and welcome to Mrs. Bam's Study Notes. This video is an introduction to the 5-factor model, also known as the O.C.E.A.N theory. This personality theory is a widely accepted framework in psychology that categorizes individual personality into 5 broad dimensions. The O.C.E.A.N acronym comes from the initial letters of the 5 broad dimensions of personality in the 5-factor model. O. Openness of experience. C. Conscientiousness. E. Extroversion. A. Agreeableness. And N. Neuroticism. The 5-factor model, with its O.C.E.A.N acronym, is widely accepted and used in personality research, clinical psychology, education, employment settings, and personal development. All the letters in O.C.E.A.N have a high and low designation. This description indicates the extremes to each personality dimension. They represent the ends of a continuum, with most individuals falling somewhere in between. Let's look at each one of these letters individually. Number 1 is O for openness to experience. If you have a high openness to experience, you are imaginative, curious, open-minded, and artistic. If you have a low openness to experience, you are practical, traditional, detail-oriented, and rigid. Some fictional character examples are: for high, Luna Lovegood in the Harry Potter series. She's quirky, dreamy, and open to unconventional ideas. For low, it's Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory. He is rigid, practical, and resistant to new experiences. Number 2, conscientiousness. If you have a high conscientiousness, you are organized, responsible, reliable, and perfectionistic. If you have a low conscientiousness, you are careless, impulsive, disorganized, and laid back. Fictional characters with conscientiousness. A high conscientiousness, Leslie Knope in Parks and Recreation, is dedicated, organized, and goal-orientated. Then for the low side, we have Jeff Winger in Community. He's laid back, irresponsible, and disorganized. Number 3 is E for extroversion. If you have a high extroversion, you are outgoing, sociable, assertive, and energetic. If you have low extroversion, it means you are introverted, reserved, quiet, and withdrawn. Let's look at some of the fictional examples of extroversion. Someone with high extroversion is Tony Stark in Iron Man, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's charismatic, confident, and outgoing. A character with low extroversion is Lisbeth Salander, the girl with the dragon tattoo. She's introverted, reserved, and socially awkward. Number 4 is A for agreeableness. If you have a high agreeableness, you are cooperative, compassionate, polite, and empathetic. If you are on the low side of agreeableness, you are competitive, argumentative, critical, and antagonistic. Some fictional examples: someone with high agreeableness is Samwise Gamgee in Lord of the Rings. He's kind, loyal, and selfless. Someone with low agreeableness is Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones. She's manipulative, cunning, and ruthlessly competitive. Number 5 is N for neuroticism. If you have high neuroticism, you are emotionally unstable, anxious, angry, and vulnerable. If you measure low on neuroticism, you are emotionally stable, calm, resilient, and secure. Let's look at some fictional examples. Someone with a high neuroticism is Gollum from Lord of the Rings. He's anxious, obsessive, and emotionally unstable. Someone with a low neuroticism is Mr. Spock from Star Trek. He's logical, calm, and emotionally controlled. Keep in mind that individuals can exhibit traits from both extremes, and these examples are exaggerated for illustrative purposes. Join me again for Mrs. Bam's Study Notes.
She's touching me. She's touching me.
I'm not touching you.
You're touching me.
Not touching.
Touching me.
It's free air.